breaking generational curses by not bringing in more generations. Someone posted this meme with a caption that says that breaking generational curses by not bringing in more generations. And I loved it. I love that meme. It's actually my favorite meme of all time, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm breaking generational curses by not bringing in more generations. And that's really beautiful when you really think about it. It's literally the best decision that any person can make. I don't think there's a decision that's better than that decision, you know? Just realizing how fucked up this world is and realizing what you really need to do, you know? The best thing isn't to leave this world, you know? You can keep on fighting, it's fine, but just don't bring in more generations. It's completely unnecessary. It makes zero sense. Sometimes you see people having children and you ask yourself if they're not experiencing the same reality that you're experiencing. You're like, what's going on? Maybe they're from another planet, you know? Maybe they weren't here, because it makes zero sense. It really does make zero sense, you know? There's been so many things that have happened in this world that should have made people say no. There's absolutely no need for me to bring someone here, you know? It really does not make sense. So I'm really happy that I've realized that it doesn't make sense to, you know, bring in more people here. And knowing that I've realized that makes me feel free. Now, I remember when I first realized that this world really does not make sense and I shouldn't have children, I was really depressed. You know, if you've never really been depressed, you think you've been depressed before. Like, if you've never really been depressed, you just think, you know, there was this other day when I felt like I don't want to go on anymore, where I felt alone, where I felt like nobody loves me. So I've been depressed. Look, if you have never reached a point where you've felt like jumping off a building wouldn't even hurt, you've never been depressed. If you've never reached a point where you didn't feel like if it was possible to end your pain by cutting off your hand, you would actually do that. If you've never reached that level of suffering, you've never been depressed. If you've never been in a situation where you were unable to eat for real, for days or for months, for real, like you just try to eat but you can't, you know? If you've never been in a situation where you can't sleep at all, you try to sleep, you can't sleep. Never been in a situation where you just wanted to die and it didn't matter to you how you die. You're like, yeah, I just want to die, man. I don't give a fuck. Even if they put me in flames, I might. I don't have a problem with that, because the pain that I'm feeling is too much. Like, the pain of getting burnt alive is nothing compared to how I'm feeling. You'd even feel like that. You'd even feel like the pain of getting burnt alive is nothing. You're in so much pain. Now, because sometimes people ask themselves, why will the person jump in front of the train? Like, it makes zero sense. Like, no. Actually, they're in so much pain that they're not even afraid of jumping in front of a train. It's like if you were in a building that's burning, and you were on fire. Would you mind jumping? Would you mind jumping? You wouldn't even be afraid of jumping because you're in so much pain. You're like, I'm already in pain. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing that's gonna hurt more than what I'm feeling right now. So I dealt with depression, man, in 2018, real depression. You know, I had to always fight in order to stay in this world. I had to wake up in the morning and fight, you know. I had to fight, I had to take long walks, I had to download audios of people encouraging me to fight. It was not easy, man. It was not easy. Now, I'm not depressed at all, like at all, you know. I'm at peace with everything, man. I'm good, you know. I don't even have a problem. Because some people might think, oh, you think the way that you think because you're depressed. No, I'm not depressed, you know. I'm not happy with what is happening in this world, but I'm not depressed. I have been depressed. I know how it feels like to be depressed. Now I'm not depressed, you know. So yeah, I've been depressed, man, and I didn't feel like I wanted to go on anymore, you know. I kept on fighting every day, you know. Even went to see a psychologist. You know, it was not easy. I even took antidepressants. You know, I'm not a fan of antidepressants at all, but I even took antidepressants and kept on fighting. It took me like 2 years to recover. It took me 2 years for me to feel like, yo, man, I'm not okay, but it's not the same anymore, you know. I'm not okay, but it's not the same anymore. Something is different. I'm healing. I'm getting better. You know, I would feel like there was something here, you know. I felt like there was something in my heart, something big, something heavy, and it wouldn't go away. It would just be there the whole time. So when I was healing, I could feel it, that it is still there, but it's no longer as heavy as it used to be. You know, that's how I knew that I was healing. I'm not sitting comfortably. That's why I was trying to stand. I got flu, man. I'm actually sick today. That's why I'm not recording this video while walking. You know, I'm not feeling well. But yeah, I know what it feels like to be depressed, to be really depressed. I know that there are people who die without knowing how it feels like to be depressed, because it's not like you just get depressed when bad things happen to you. It doesn't really happen like that. It's not easy to get depressed, you know. It's not easy. You don't just get depressed. You don't just be like, okay, let me choose to feel how it's like to be depressed. Really fucked up things have to happen at the right time for you to be depressed. And I'm telling you, if you've never been, if you never felt what I'm describing, if you've never been in a situation where you felt like you wouldn't mind jumping in front of a train, or jumping from a very tall building, or just dying a horrible death, you've never been depressed. When a person is depressed, they are not afraid of pain anymore, because they are already in pain. When you're already in pain, you're not afraid of pain. You know, I just had to keep on fighting, man. Each and every day, I would wake up in the morning and fight. It was not easy. So I remember this other day when I asked myself, yo, man, why do I even want kids? Because at the time I wanted kids. I was like, why do I even want kids? I mean, does it really make sense to be having children, man, if they can feel what I'm feeling right now? I mean, that it wouldn't be fair at all. You know, this is not right. You know, no human being is supposed to feel the way that I'm feeling. This is fucked up. You know, there's no meaning in this. This is just bullshit. I'm not supposed to be feeling this way. I hate how I'm feeling, man. You know, it's like the universe just wants me to do something so fucked up. You know, how can I feel like this? You can't justify this. There's no way. There's no God that can justify how I was feeling, man. It was just so fucked up. It was like, yo, man, there is no way I'm going to bring another person into this world. You know, there is no way, man. There is no way. And after realizing that actually that's a good decision, I started feeling better. I started feeling free. It's like, yeah, man, I have suffered, but at least I have realized something that is very, very important, because there was no way that I could have realized this. You know, I was just thinking like any other human. There was no way that I could have realized that, no, actually having children isn't right. I mean, how do you even realize that? You know, sometimes I actually do feel like it's good that I've actually suffered, because it's because of suffering that I've actually made the decision that I've made, and that is a very good decision. You know, once you realize that you shouldn't be bringing people here, you just know it's actually the right decision to take. Now I'm completely okay. I'm just not okay with the things that I'm seeing happening, but I'm okay with myself. You know, I'm at peace. I don't have a problem. There's nothing that I'm stressing about. I have zero problems. But I know beyond any reasonable doubt that bringing children into a world like this is totally fucked up, and it can never be justified. People are doing that. I get it. You know, humans will always be humans. I get that. But I know. It's something that I know. You know, it's not something that I believe. It's something that I know. You know. Some people say, but you know, it's not like only bad things happen. There are people who come into this world and not even experience what you've experienced. So really, should people stop having children because of that? Because of what you have experienced as an individual? If many people are happy. The reason why I felt the way that I felt when I was experiencing what I was experiencing is because I'm real. I'm not delusional. I don't believe in false gods. You know, I don't believe in a lot of things that people believe in. I'm real, you know. I was seeing reality as it is. I was not lying to myself. Because some people actually feel okay because of what they believe. I mean, if you believe that Jesus is going to come back and save you one day, and you're going to find yourself in a better place, and some people are going to burn in hell, and that makes you feel good. Because there are people who actually feel good when they think about the idea of hell, that they're going to be in a better place, and there will be people who will be suffering. That's what some people want. You see, the reason why some people want to be rich is because they want to be in a better situation. They want to see other people struggling to be where they will be. That's the reason why they want to be rich, you know. We have the things that we want in this world. When you really think about it, you realize that as people, we do actually have the things that we want. So why do we want to be rich? We want to be rich because we want power, want other people to admire us. So the reason why some people believe that heaven exists is because they want to be in heaven. while some people are in hell and they're suffering, you know. So yeah, I'm not delusional, you know. I see reality as it is. I'm not going to believe things that make zero sense, you know. It is a fact that the Bible was written by people, you know. It's not like the Bible was written by aliens or by God. We know that the Bible was written by people, but people still want to believe in what's written in the Bible, even though these stories that are in the Bible really make no sense, you know. We know people are full of shit. So yeah, the reason why they believe these stories is because, you know, believing in these stories make them feel good, and they want to feel good. No one wants to feel the way that I was feeling. So yes, there are lots of people that have suffered the way that I've suffered, but they never became depressed because of what they believe, you know. They believed that God had their back and things were going to get better. You know, they were optimistic, although they weren't optimistic because of something that was real, you know, but they were still optimistic. It's not like your brain knows the difference between what's real and what isn't, you know. You can even have dreams that actually make you feel happy. You can wake up feeling happy because of a dream that you heard. So yeah, if you believe that Jesus is going to come back, you truly believe that Jesus is going to come back and you're going to go to heaven and you're going to be happy all the time. There will be no pain, there will be no suffering. You won't be confused anymore and you'll be worshiping God. You're going to feel good even when you're going through the worst. I'm real. You know, I'm not going to believe things that make no sense because I want to feel good. I'm real, man. I'm real. If something does not make sense, it does not make sense. I'm not going to lie to myself. So yeah, I know that this world is not good, man, and I don't want to bring my children into a world like this where they will have to believe things that make zero sense in order to feel good, you know. The truth is that we are slaves, you know. We are slaves. I like how this antinatalism poem that was written by I don't know who wrote it, but it was read by Youre. You know, there's this other video that was uploaded here on YouTube. I love how it ends when she said, "I do not want you to be born. There are enough slaves on earth." That's the truth. Even if there was an afterlife where I will be able to actually see what's going on in this world, I wouldn't be happy seeing the people that are brought into this world. If I brought children into this world, I don't think I would be happy. You know, even if they were happy, if they were happy because they were believing stories that ain't true, I wouldn't be happy because I would know that they are being used. You know, there are people who are happy because they are not conscious enough to realize that they are being used. I mean, if you were a slave, for an example, but didn't know that you were a slave, you just felt like slave masters loved you and you deserve to be treated the way that you are being treated, you'll be happy, right? The slaves that will not be happy will be the slaves that know that they don't deserve to be treated the way that they'll be getting treated, the way that they were being treated. You know, they'll know that, no, that is not right. It's people that know that they shouldn't be going through the things that they're going through in this world. These are the people that are depressed in this world. These are the people that are stressed. These are the people that are not okay with life in this world. The people that are okay with life in this world are people that are not even conscious enough to realize what's going on. You know, these are people that believe things that make zero sense, things that shouldn't be believed by an intelligent person. That's something that you must realize. So I don't think that even if there was an afterlife, if I had children, I don't think that I would be happy seeing them, you know, believing things that don't make sense. because they want to be happy. So I'm really happy that I have realized that, you know, bringing children into this world is really not a good idea. You know, I'm breaking generational curses by not bringing in more generations. You know, I know what it feels like to suffer, man. What it feels like to not have the things that you want, having to struggle to get the things that you want, things that you don't even have to work for. You know, but just because we're in a fucked up world, you have to struggle for everything, you know, while there are people who don't even have to struggle to have the things that you want. Something is not right, man. There are people who have millions, they don't even have to struggle to get the millions that they have. And people will struggle to even make $1 grand. Something is wrong, man. You know, it's crazy that people are settling for this world. You know, the reason why I say becoming an internet release is the best decision that I've ever made is because that's actually the best thing you can do. You can just say, fuck the world. I'm not going to bring more humans here. I know that I was programmed to want to bring more humans here, but I know what I saw. I know what I experienced. So this is the best thing that I can do. You know, I might not be able to become a millionaire. I might not be able to become very successful. It's fine. I don't give a fuck. I don't care anymore, you know, because of what I saw, because of what I experienced, because of what I understand. You know, I don't care. I don't think of becoming a millionaire. I don't wake up and be like, how do I become a millionaire? No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I die broke. I genuinely do not care, you know. But I would stress every day if I had to bring more humans here, you know. I would stress, man. So yeah, becoming an internet is the best decision that I've ever made. I've broken the generational curses that my children would have to deal with. I've broken them by making sure that they do not come here, because the real problem is what's really going on here. That's what you must understand. The real problem is what people have to go through when they're here. That's the real problem. So really the best thing that you can do is make sure that they don't come here. They don't have to come here. You wouldn't have done anything wrong by not bringing them here. I mean, you have the power to break generational curses. Why not break them? This is the easiest way to break them. You know, you don't break the generational curses by having more children and forcing them to experience what people experience here. You don't break generational curses by doing that. You break generational curses by making sure that you don't curse anyone. Because once a person is born into this world, they are actually cursed. There's no way around it. You are cursed. You are cursed with life, you know. They call it a gift, but it's obviously not a gift. Everything is upside down. You know, everything that you believe is a lie. You know, you don't see things as they really are. You've been lied to by many people before, so you don't see the truth. You just believe that you're seeing the truth. You just believe that what people believe to be the truth is the truth. You know, remember, society is a cult, so they'll tell you that life is a gift, even though it's not a gift, and you believe that it's a gift because you're in a cult. You know, they'll make you believe that it's a gift, even though it's clearly not a gift. You know, they make people believe things that they shouldn't believe. You have to understand that your brain is fragile, you know. You can believe anything, you know. That's why if you are religious, let's say you believe in Christianity and you see some people believing in other religions, you feel like they're stupid. You feel like they're stupid because it doesn't make sense that they believe in their religions. It makes zero sense. But their brain, the human brain is fragile. You can believe anything, just like you've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed as well. Same people look at you and be like, what the fuck is wrong with that person? Why will they believe something that's clearly not true? It's because everyone is getting brainwashed. It's easy to see someone else's bullshit, but it's hard to see your own bullshit. Everyone is being brainwashed each and every day. You have to fight against the programming each and every day. Wake up in the morning and be like, okay, what bullshit I'm being forced to believe now? Oh, this is the bullshit that they want me to believe. I ain't gonna believe this shit. Fuck it. We must understand how our brains work, so that we don't get manipulated, so that we're not going to be easy to control. But I'm telling you, this world is not good, man. I wouldn't be proud of bringing a child into a world like this. Even if that child was going to be happy, I still wouldn't be proud. It's still not something to be proud of. It's a fucked up world. That's a fact, man. You have to take yourself seriously enough to realize when you are, being used, when you are being treated like a slave, or where you are being forced to be a slave, or when you are a prisoner. You must be able to see that. No one should come to you and actually say, oh, you're a slave, oh, you're a prisoner. No, you must be able to realize that yourself. You don't need another person to tell you that. So you take yourself seriously enough to know what you deserve. Do you deserve to wake up in the morning and work a job that you do not like in order to survive? That is fucked up on so many levels, but you feel like that's right. I gotta work so that I can take care of my family. You create this fucking stupid narrative and go on with it. I have to take care of my family, a man must work. Like, no. You don't gotta be working shitty jobs. You don't. Some people just thought they should bring you into this world because they were brainwashed, And now you have to deal with the bullshit of this world. But the reality is that you don't really have to deal with the bullshit of this world. You can wake up too and realize that all of this shit is bullshit. It's not worth it at all, It's completely not worth it. But unless you really understand what you deserve, you'd feel like it's worth it. You feel like being a slave is a good thing. There's a reason why Christians think that being a slave to God is a good thing. We do whatever God wants us to do. We worship God. We say that He's holy. We say that He's kind. We say that we love Him. We fast. They think that is good, even though that's slavery. Now, the same people that be doing that don't even wanna work for anyone, because they don't want to be slaves. Human beings do not want to be slaves, but they've been brainwashed to actually believe that being the slaves of God is a good thing. That's the problem. When it comes to God, even the most fucked up things are good. God can do whatever, it's good. He can kill children, it's good. Yeah, you can say, yeah, it's good. He's the one that created them. Now I'll agree with you, but what about torturing them? Is that good? He can torture children, doesn't give a damn, Can torture anyone, can torture innocent animals. and we still feel like he's worthy of worship, he can end suffering, you know. I mean, he's not real, but if he was real, you have to understand that he would have the power to end suffering, you know. There are people that are suffering, man. You know, you might not be suffering that much, you know. You're able to watch this video, you're able to understand me. You're probably eating the food that you like, you probably have a family, you know. There are people that are really, really suffering each and every day, man. They are homeless, they don't know what to do with their lives, you know. They are depressed, they have no one to talk to, they're addicted to drugs, you know, they're sick, no one gives a fuck about them, you know. If God existed, they would have the power to end all of that. So really, if he did exist, I don't think he will be worthy of worship, you know, because he will not be changing anything, you know. There are no miracles, you know. People who are born in poverty know that they're going to die in poverty, you know. I mean, unless something happens, but it's not even, it's not something that can happen to everyone, you know. You can be born in poverty and die in poverty, suffer your whole life, man, you know. There are people who have been through a lot and, you know, nothing really changed. Even when they got older, you know, they were born in fucked up families, had to go through the worst shit imaginable and grew older and still had to suffer until they die, you know. They completely lived meaningless lives. Like, there was no point to their existence, really. The only way that we can justify this is by lying to ourselves, you know, saying that this is good, this is a gift, you know. Even try to justify suffering, you know, trying to be positive. But it isn't. It's not good, and it will never be good. It's not fair that we are bringing people here. It's not fair that we even have the power to bring people here, you know. Because we're not intelligent. We're not intelligent enough to understand other humans. I mean, how many people in this world really understand other people? They don't even understand themselves, you know. But they have the power to create new humans. How fucked up is that? When you are sick, you don't even know how to treat yourself, but you have the power to create other humans. But you want to rely on other people for treatment when you are sick. When the new humans that you create become sick, you rely on other people for treatment. Like, there's nothing special that you can do. The only things that you are able to do are the things that every person can do. You know, you just know how to eat, how to shit, how to bath, how to talk, you know. Just, you can only do the basic stuff. So do you even deserve to have the power to create new humans that you're not even going to understand, you know? There are many people that don't understand other humans and that think they can understand other humans. Oh, this person shouldn't be like this. Oh, it's not natural for this person to be like this. You fucking idiot. You don't even understand humans, but you say it's not natural for a human being to be a certain way. It's not natural. That person should not be allowed, you know. That person should be stoned, they should be jailed. We shouldn't allow that as a society. Nigga, fuck you, man. But you humans, man, sometimes you just suck, man. Like, you suck. You're vibrating at a very low level of consciousness. That's, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. The original sin was giving birth. The original sin was creating more humans, because human beings are too fucked up. You know, they're so fucking arrogant, but they're so stupid. You know, I was watching this chick. Everyone thinks she's intelligent. I think her name is what Owen. Something. Yeah, what Owen. She's this beautiful black lady. I think she lives in America. She was talking about how we shouldn't allow gay people to have rights, something like that. I was like, she's intelligent. She's just spoiled, you know. I want you to realize something. this is something that's very, very important for you to realize. If you are privileged, right? If you are privileged, you are only seeing things from your own privileged eyes, right? You're not seeing the reality of other people. You're only seeing your own reality. That, oh, for this world to actually be perfect, this shouldn't be allowed, that shouldn't be allowed. You see? Because the world would be better for you as a person that is privileged. You're not thinking about other people. You're not thinking about a person that's gay, that's born gay. You're like, okay, how is that person going to feel in a world that will be great for me? You don't think about that. You only think about yourself. You see the problem? You're only seeing things from your own privileged eyes. You see? So I look at her talking like she's just fucking spoiled, man. People think she's intelligent. No, she's not. The highest level of intelligence is you actually realizing that people are different. I keep on telling people that even though I don't believe that Jesus existed, I'm a big fan of his. You wanna know why? Because he was born in a world that was controlled by people that were stupid, and he changed that. It's not like he came into, he was born in a world that was perfect and he made it more perfect. No. He was born into a world that was fucked up, and he told people the truth that, yo, man, this is not how things should work. You know, he found pastors appreciating people that were rich more than people that were poor. And he was like, nah, you know what? Actually, I have more respect for the people that are poor, that are actually doing the right thing, than people that are rich and doing the right thing. Because the people that are poor are actually giving everything that they have. And that's beautiful, you know. If Jesus lived in this world now, he would have more respect for the people that are working very hard and that have nothing than people that are super rich. But you know how we are as humans. We have more respect for people that are rich, you know. We give them everything, you know. Women won't even look at you twice if you're broke, if you work at McDonald's. But someone with the mind that Jesus had, he would actually, you know, will actually respect people that are actually, you know, working very hard in this world more. So I love that about him. He literally changed the way things worked in the past. You know, he realized that some of these things that people were doing, some of the things that people were doing back then were not good. So he changed that. Like when they brought a woman to him that cheated or something, and they thought she would be stoned, he was like, nope. Like, he was gangster, man. That's why I'm a fan of his. I tell people that, no, I'm not a Christian, but I'm Christ-like because I see reality as it is. You know, if Jesus existed and he came back, he would agree with me 100%, you know. It's not like he'll be agreeing with Christians. I don't think Christians even understand that they're not even following Jesus, you know. They're just following the idea of Jesus, what they believed him to have been. But you have to understand, Jesus was not even a Christian. He didn't create Christianity. Some people that wanted to manipulate them and use them that created Christianity. If Jesus existed, he would be a fan of what I'm doing, for real. Like, he would be looking at me like, damn, man, like, I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, that's a superhuman right there, you know. He would be super proud, you know. I'm telling you, I know you think I'm crazy. I'm telling you the truth. He would be proud. You know, he would really be proud. Because really, you've got to be a game changer. If you see that there's something that does not make sense, you have to talk about it. You don't just do things that you see do not make sense just because every person is doing that. No, you question everything. If something does not make sense, it does not make sense. You are honest with yourself. You're always evolving, you know, reaching high levels of consciousness and seeing reality as it is. That's what really matters, you know. So I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense for people to be reproducing, you know. You're just cursing your children for no reason. It's not like there's something that they're going to gain in the end. There's nothing to gain, you know. This is a completely meaningless experience, you know. It has no meaning. So why bring people here? I was talking to someone on Instagram. They were telling me that they was having a debate with someone, and the person was saying nihilists shouldn't be internalists because, you know, believing that life is meaningless means that you can just do whatever you wanted. So it means that you can have children, right? Because that's meaningless. Like, no. Actually, life is so meaningless that you shouldn't even be having children. You see? So you can be a nihilist, that's also an internalist. That's beautiful, actually. You realize that this whole thing is meaningless. So why bring people to suffer? Suffering is real, you know. It's not that just because life is meaningless, people do not suffer. So you realize that no, actually life is meaningless. So why should I bring people here to suffer for something that is meaningless? You see? It makes zero sense. It's just stupidity. You're just thinking like a monkey. So I really respect internalists, man. Like, you guys are something else, you know. Like, you're something else. It doesn't even make sense that in a world like this, where we are being lied to every day, you were able to reach your level of awareness. You know, it wasn't supposed to be possible, but somehow it is, and you exist, you know. So I really respect you if you've decided not to have children for philosophical reasons, you know. I've always said that antinatalism is Gnosticism, you know, finding its way back. I've always had respect for Gnostics. Even before I became an internalist, I had so much respect for Gnostics, man. Like, you know, they believed in Jesus. You know, they thought Jesus was here to liberate humans. They believed that the God that created this world was evil. This world of matter is evil. You know, people are trapped here and they shouldn't even be reproducing because they just will be trapping their children here. Now, although modern Gnostics believe that they should be reproducing, you know, they're trying to rationalize bullshit. Like, yo, you know, we have children so that they'll come and experience this and actually evolve and reach higher levels of consciousness, and that's how you free yourself. Like, no, you're just trying to justify bullshit. You don't have to be reproducing. This is trash. For real, you know. It's not like by experiencing this you become a better person. You learn how to be better. You don't learn to be better. There are lots of people here that haven't learned anything, you know. You just realize that you need to free yourself from this world, and that doesn't mean that you're better, you know. You just would have realized that no, something is not right, so I must free myself from this. I mustn't participate in whatever people are participating in, you know. Something is just off about this reality. But that doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you more kind. It doesn't make you more understanding. It doesn't make you more intelligent, you know. In fact, what you must realize is that what would actually make people intelligent is knowing the truth. That's something that's very important. What will make people intelligent is knowing the truth. And you live in a world where you are not even supposed to know the truth. The truth has been kept away from you. You are being lied to each and every day. So this can't be a positive experience. It's like if someone said, the only way you can be free is if they put you in a prison first. Like, what? No. In a prison, you're supposed to be a prisoner. You're not supposed to be free. You are kept there so that you will be a prisoner. You escaping that wouldn't necessarily mean that you are you are better than the people that have never been to prison. No, wouldn't even mean that. We needed to be free the whole time. We didn't need to have this experience. We didn't have to live in a world where we had to use money, where there were people that would be super rich and that control everything, and we had to kiss their asses in order to survive. We didn't need to live in a world like that. It's just that people have been brainwashed, so they believe that this is how things should be. No, things shouldn't be like this. It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. We just need to open our eyes and try to see reality as it is, not as how it's presented to be. We are being forced to view this world a certain way. We're supposed to think this world is good. We're supposed to be positive. When you're positive, you'll even be given things that you want. You see, if you try to convince people that this world is good, you're gonna get the things that you want, by being positive. The people that are around the world will look at you and be like, yeah, you want people like that. You want people that are going to be positive, people that are going to make people feel good, people that are going to be spreading good energy. So we must reward people for being positive, for lying, basically, for pretending as if things are working out, as if this world actually makes sense. No, it doesn't. There are people that are suffering that do not even have a voice. You have to understand that people that are suffering, man, they don't even get to speak. Their cries ain't even heard. No one knows what they're fucking going through, because society does not even care about these people. They're going through hell, and society does not fucking care. And we want to pay attention to the people that are being given all the attention, people that have everything that they want, people that can't even relate to us. This society rewards stupidity because it's upside down. You're not supposed to be intelligent and be questioning what is going on. You are a big threat if you're going to be questioning the things that are going on. So if you are stupid, this world is going to reward you for being stupid. You are supposed to be stupid. You are supposed to keep people ignorant. And what I'm telling you is real. I'm not telling you things that I don't know. I know how I grew up. I know what I saw. I know what I've been through. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you things that I know. And it's something that is really obvious. It's weird to me that some people have not opened their eyes to be able to see what the fuck is going on. It's something that is obvious. And it's something that I can prove, If I had to debate with someone about what's going on in this world, I would win 100%. I never lose debate because I know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking from experience, and I really care about the truth. I don't care about things that people care about. This, to me, it's not about survival. To me, it's not about being loved or being accepted. It's really about the truth, man, because I've realized that I needed to free myself. I shouldn't be happy with what is going on. I shouldn't look at people suffering and be happy with that. Even if I know that these people do not deserve to suffer. I know sometimes it feels like, people that suffer sometimes deserve to be suffering because they are ignorant. I mean, there are a lot of people that are ignorant that are suffering. People that will be praying, praying to God. Oh, God, God knows what He's doing. Just keep on trusting the Lord. You look at these people and be like, they deserve it. Like, no, not really. They've been brainwashed. They're victims. It's like if Zombies existed in real life, and if you get beat by a zombie, you turn into a zombie. And people hated you and felt like you deserve to be a zombie, because when they try to talk to you and say, yo, don't try to infect other people, that's wrong, you continue to infect other people. You'll be continuing to infect other people because you are infected, you see. So these people have been brainwashed, you know. So we have to feel compassion for them. We have to realize that they've been brainwashed, and they were born in these fucking avatars that are very limited, you know. They can't even think. So you have to feel for them, you know. You shouldn't be hating them. You shouldn't even be fighting with them. Sometimes I see internationalists debating with natalists and being mad at them. Oh, I hate people like this and that. Why should you hate them? They're victims too. Remember, they are in this world because they were born in this world. They are not in this world because they are evil and they chose to be in this world and they chose that they're going to enslave people. That's not even how they see things. They don't even feel like they're enslaving people when they bring them here, you know. They think that they're giving these people a gift, you know, because they believe that life is a gift. So you should feel for them. You should look at yourself and be like, yo, I'm so fucking conscious. You know, I understand what is really going on and I understand what I need to do. And you look at them and they're still reproducing. I mean, bro, there are people that are broke. These people, I'm talking about people that are actually poor. Like, they're not even, I'm broke. There are so many things that I want that I do not have. I'm talking about people who have nothing. People who look at me and be like, hey, yeah, but Tata is doing good, you know, because he has this, he has that. These people are still reproducing. So you can say they're just slaves. Like, why the hell would you be reproducing if you're so fucking poor that you can't even take care of yourself? You're only doing that because you're a slave, you know? And you are basically going to cause suffering for your children because of your level of consciousness and because you don't have the things that they will need, you know. And this society doesn't give a fuck. So your children are going to suffer because they're not going to have the things that they need, and their children are going to suffer because they're not going to have the things that they need, you know, because it's hard to break out of poverty. That's something that you must understand. It's so hard to break out of poverty. You know, people that have money send their children to private schools. They give their children the best education, while your children are going to be public schools run by government, and government don't give a fuck about their citizens. And you know that politicians are dumb. They don't give a fuck. I don't know politicians that are actually smart, you know. If you want to have the right leaders, try to elect people that don't even want to be in positions. People don't want to have these positions, you know. People who don't want power. Try to elect those kind of people. At least, you know, they won't be that corrupt. Any person that wants power, any person that wakes up in the morning and say to themselves that they want to be powerful, that person doesn't even deserve to be in power, you know. I mean, who wants that? Why do you want to be making decisions for other people? Any person that wants to be making decisions for other people is fucked up. That's what you must understand. The people that are not fucked up are people that want people to make their own fucking decisions. So you must realize that really people that have been born in poverty are fucked. It's not going to be easy for them to make it, you know. They're only going to make it by chance. I remember I was watching this interview that Khabib had. He was being interviewed by these guys. I think he's a businessman. He's this guy that's always positive, you know. Always saying, oh, you must work hard and try to do things like this. So he was being interviewed. Khabib Nurmagomedov, he was a UFC fighter, undefeated, 29-0, very, very good fighter. So he was talking about how his dad will talk about Conor McGregor. Like, yo, man, there's no way this guy can beat you. You know, he only has a puncher's chance. You know, the only way that he can beat you is if you throw a good punch and actually hit you, but nah, he's not on your level. Like the only way people that are living in poverty can make it is if something happened by chance and they actually make it, maybe win a lottery, but they weren't really destined to win. It is possible for someone that's poor to make it 100%. This is 100% true, but they weren't meant to make it, so it will only happen by chance. The right things will have to happen for them to actually make it. Those that are destined for greatness are people that have the resources that they need to become great. Just like Khabib. Khabib had his father. His father trained him since he was like 6. Dude used to wrestle with bears. For real. He wrestled with bears when he was like 9. These stories, like stories that you hear from that you get from a book full of fictions, like though that you see in a movie. Like, it's not real, but it's real. He actually wrestled with bears. He used to train very hard, so he had a very good background. That's why he was undefeated. We're talking about a guy that never got injured in the octagon. No one has seen him bleed. No one has seen him lose a round. I mean, they say he lost 1 round against Conor McGregor, but when you look at that round, you're like, nah, actually he was in control the whole time. Like, he dominated all his opponents. He was something else. He had a good background. So yeah, people that are destined for greatness in this world are people that have the resources. Not people that are living in poverty. Raised by a single mom that has to suck dicks to take care of them, that probably does drugs because she's fucking stressed. Those people ain't destined for greatness. They just make it by chance. And then when they do make it, and be like, yo, look at me, I grew up in those fucked up places too, but I managed to make it out. It means that I was doing the right things. Motherfuckers don't even realize they were just lucky. You weren't supposed to make it. You were just lucky. You must realize that you were just lucky. There are people who have worked harder than you who still did not make it. People who are better than you, who are more deserving than you. You see, you don't even make it in this world because you are better or you are more deserving. It doesn't even work that way. Like, oh, this person is smart, so this person deserves to have lots of money. It doesn't work that way. This person is kind, so they deserve to have kind people in their lives. It doesn't work that way. Everything has to do with luck in this world, man. That is why some people are born in good families and some people are not born in good families. It's luck. I mean, we don't choose where we'll be born. That's why some people are tall. Some guys are tall, some guys are short, Guys that are like 5'1", some guys are like 6'5", you know what I mean? There's people who ain't gonna be treated the same in our society. Some girls that look like models, and some girls that look so fucking fucked up that no one is actually attracted to them. They ain't choose that. Just that human beings are selfish, they're naive, arrogant. That's part of being human, So if you're not arrogant, if you're not naive, if you're not ignorant, then you were able to break out of your programming, which is something that's important to do. It's something that each and every human being should actually try to do. Try to operate outside the program, Become better than you're supposed to be. You ain't even supposed to be good. You're supposed to be an idiot. I mean, human beings that are normal, just fucking idiots, Oh, this is how we need to do things. This is how we've always done things. This is how our ancestors did things. Yeah, like, they don't think deeply. They're just humans, man. There's nothing special about them, you know. They're just humans. They're just being humans, you know. You have to understand that you've been programmed to be the way that you are. So ask yourself, when was I not programmed to be an idiot? If you realize that no, actually you're programmed to be an idiot, and then you try to do the right things to actually free yourself so that you operate outside the program. My favorite character in the Matrix is Agent Smith, right? Agent Smith. Agent Smith was able to free himself. You know, he was programmed to be an agent, but dude was able to free himself. He was able to have his own, free will. You know, what we call free will. You know, he was able to make his own choices. He was able to have his own will. He wasn't just doing what he was programmed to do. The machines actually realized that, hey, this guy is something else now. You know, he's free now. He's doing his own thing. Like, he's his own program now. That's what's dope, man. You must be so free that you are able to operate outside your programming. Have your own will, you know, even though free will is an illusion, but, you know, at least be unpredictable. At least don't be playing by the rules. At least don't be a slave, you know. If there are some beings that are controlling this, they shouldn't be able to predict what you're going to do next, you know. They should always be watching you and be like, hey, I'm not sure what's going to do, man. You know, they should communicate with each other and be like, yo, man, you make sure you keep a close eye on that one because, hey, we don't know what you're going to do next, you know. We're talking about a highly conscious being here. You know, this ain't some NPC, you know, this is something else, you know. We've never dealt with this before. They should look at you and even admire you, you know. Like, damn, man. It's like, you know, there are prison guards that actually admire, you know, the prisoners that they're guarding because they are so fucking intelligent. Like, yo, that one is so free, man. I wish I was like that guy. So you must be like that, you know. Be so fucking free, man. You know, speak your mind, be brave, and stop being controlled by your emotions. You know, stop living in fear. You do what you need to do, man. You know, not what you need to do, because that will mean that you'll be doing what you've been programmed to do. Do what you really want to do. You know, what your higher self wants you to do. You know, you like try to operate outside your programming. You know, try to think more deeply about things because you live in a society that does not want you to think. So try to think more deeply. When you get new information, ask yourself why you're being given that information. What is it all about? What is the truth? You know, because nobody's going to really give you the truth. Thank you all, guys.